Salutations and good morrow everyone, and welcome back to another Grounded Update video. Today I'm hopping in, I'm going to be showing you guys 5 of the best locations that I know of for you guys to build larger bases in. And as a bonus, at the end of the video, I'll also be showing you the 3 best locations that you could have some little side outposts for resource gathering. So make sure you guys like the video, make sure you guys comment down below, don't forget to subscribe, and let's hop in and let's have a good time. So the first location that I want to talk to you guys about is actually the location that I'm standing at right now, which also is the location that I spent a lot of time building on the 1-year anniversary build off, and that is right here on top of the stepping stones off to the left side of the yard. Why do I say this? They had hinted in the 1-year anniversary video that there is going to be an update to the haze soon. Well, you're right in front of the haze right here, right? And also, it's a nice flat area. The worst thing you're really gonna have to worry about is that there's a wolf spider that's right over here from time to time, but you could box him in so he can't get out, and then you don't really have to worry about it. See, he's right over here somewhere. If I wasn't playing on creative, you probably would see him. The other thing you gotta worry about is bees, and also there's some fireflies that come in from every night. But hey, at the end of the day, this is a really good location to build. So I'd suggest you guys come over here and build one of your larger bases over here, including a great place for a zipline tower, so that way you guys can get around the backyard a little bit easier without having to worry about everything. All right, let's talk the next base location. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go into my admin fly mode here. Okay, now that we're in fly mode, we're just going to fly right over here, and this is our next location I wanted to talk to you guys about. This is a very large rock that's flat and right smack in the middle of the backyard. If we go over here, let me just teleport Pete on over here so that way I can actually show you guys the location that we're at right here on the map. This large rock right here is a very good location. It's very centralized in the yard when it comes to going over here once again for everything that's going to be coming in the next update, as well as everything in the pond. It's not close to the hedge at all in any means, but more on that a little bit later on why you don't really need to be close to the hedge during this build. So this is a really good location. It's very centralized. It's got a very open area, and then right there, right next to that can, you can already see some of the large food items that are right there. So that's already a fantastic place to go and get some food because it spawns every morning in the game. So you'll be able to go and get some food. So this is actually a really good spot for you guys to build. It's pretty close to everything around, and it's got some good resources really close by and a lot of building resources as well. The only thing that's not as much and abundant around over here is mushrooms. There's not like a ton of mushrooms, but more on where to get a ton of mushrooms in just a little bit here. All right, let's fly to the next location. All right, moving just a little bit more off to the what would be considered the eastern side of the pond, and that is right here on top of these rocks that are right here, or these logs. These logs, I built a base over here. This is actually a really good spot because you have a naturally occurring little ramp up right here for you to be able to get up and build yourself a base, and then you can even build it up a little bit higher to make sure that nothing can get in and get to you. The worry about this base is that there is a lot of orb weavers over here, and wolf spiders do happen to cross over this path as well at night, so you want to be careful with that one. But you do have some pretty good building materials around here. You got some mushrooms that are right there, lots of other stuff, some weed stems right here, grass is aplenty, and you even have thistles that are right over there as well as quick and easy access to the pond. So this is another excellent location for you to go ahead and build, is right here, right on top of all these logs that are right here over by the tree. So go ahead and check that one out. And if you guys don't like that location, let's swing over to another one and see if you guys like that location. All right, guys, and you know we had to do it. We had to go and talk about this location where tons of people build their bases. This is still, even in 10.0, a fantastic location for a base. Some of the biggest bases are built over in this location right here, because not only can you build on these large flat rocks that are over here, but you can also build off going down into this area if you get floating foundations, or you can even just go down and put in some staircases and build right on top of the water and build a multi-tiered area that goes all the way over to those lily pads, and those lily pads, and also all the way to the pagoda. This would also, what I would be considering, another fantastic location for you guys to go through and put up another zip line area for you to be able to zip around the backyard, another zip line pole or outpost or tower or whatever you want to call it. If you have one on this side of the yard and one on the other side of the yard interconnecting between all of your outposts, you'll be able to move around the yard pretty easy. So I think that this is another good location. As for resources resources around here. They're slightly more scarce. You have to walk a little bit further, but right over that little ledge right there, there is a bunch of grass. There's a bunch of weeds all over here, so you get a lot of weed stems all in this area for you to go and use. And also there is some mushrooms, but you gotta, like I said, go beyond over there or walk back over that way. A lot of you guys, before we go anywhere else, I'm gonna do, before we jump to our last location for a good starter base or a good base in general, a special shout out to building on top of those rocks that are up there. I have done it. It is a big pain in the butt to get up there. You need to build yourself a really cool staircase that gets up there in order to actually build up there. And it is a cool place to build, but it is a ton of work, and it's more of a difficult or advanced location to build. More on advanced building locations and more advanced building tips in another video, maybe with a collaboration with a very special guest. But moving on, we're going to go to our last location, and that is, you guys guessed it, the baseball. So here we are at the Chunky Chubs official league baseball.
Chunky Chubs league approved baseball.
See, just like Pete said. Size of your dang house, and also a fantastic location for a good tower base. This is another location that would be pretty good for a zipline tower because you're already this high up, so building up a little bit higher for ziplines would not be that big of a deal. But this is another really fantastic location right here, smack central in the middle of the yard. It's in the starting area, so you don't really have to worry about that many things other than the occasional wandering spider, but not too bad as a good starting location to build a base. So those are my 5 locations. You have the stepping stones that are right over here, the large stone that's right here, the logs that are right over here, the area right here over by the pond where you can build a very nice base, and where I'm standing right now on top of the baseball is a fantastic place to build a base. Around this location you do have a lot of ingredients, including mushrooms, weed stems, and a whole crap load of grass. So all of those items will be able to help you guys build up your starting bases and are excellent places for larger bases that you can build. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, I wanted to talk to you guys about outposts because there are 3 outposts that I think that everybody should have in their base no matter what, because it will, or in your map I should say, no matter what, because it will help you later on in the game. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to activate my flying mode. I'm just going to fly over and show you guys the spots and talk about them a little bit. Okay, so spot number 1, I'm looking at it right here. I'm right underneath the bird bath. Why over here? This is Feather City. Over here, there will always be a bird that lands and drops a small feather. So having an outpost right here that you zip line over to, right? Hello, Mr. Bird. How are you doing today? See what I mean? Feather Central. There goes the feather right there, falling off of the bird, and it's going to come down and land right there. There will always be feathers that come over in this area whenever he lands. So this is an excellent place to set up a base so you can go and get feathers every single day in game. He will always drop one of these smaller feathers. You can see it already disappeared because I'm not actually over here, but he will always drop one of those smaller feathers. So go check that out and use this location as a great place to gather feathers. Flying right over here, we're gonna go up over by the charcoal grill and post up right here. Now you may not see them because I haven't actually teleported my character over here, but if I do teleport Pete on over here, what will pop in is ever burning charcoal or ever burn coals. They are a fan, or ever charcoal. That's what it is. Ever charcoal. These are a fantastic location to get these. They do respawn once every 8 in-game days. So having a small location over here that you can zip over to, or even one that has a small staircase that goes down over to this area, that way you could get up and down from here, would be very helpful. And why else is this outpost really helpful? Well, look what's behind you guys. This entire area, where soon they will be pushing a ton of updates for everybody to have lots of cool buildings and other adventures up in this location. Don't forget, we're only in 1/3 of the backyard right now that we are using. And as for the last location, guys, it is right over here, and building a small base. If you wipe out some of this dead grass and build up a small base right over here, this is a fantastic location for you guys to get a ton of mushrooms, so you guys will never run out when you're trying to make mushroom bricks, or if you guys are just looking for food. But be caution, there is a wolf spider that sleeps right here pretty much all the time. Actually, he's right here, so just be careful with that. But those are the best base locations in my opinion, as well as as some fantastic outpost locations for you as well. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have a good base location as well that you guys love to build, because I'm always ever crafting and always ever looking up better locations and taking in the community's feedback for making videos and also guides better for the entire community. So thank you everybody so much. Do not forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to subscribe. And as always, I'll see all of you guys in the next one.